Okay, so I'm starting a series where I talk and explain in details ideas that sounded brilliant in my head, but the more I worked on it, the more I realized something was wrong. One of them was an AI campus monitoring system. This monitoring system would be on the campus network. The whole idea of it was to monitor students when they use the campus network. You see, in every institution, every educational institution, we have students who perform well academically and students who are not very good with the academics. So what I wanted to do was, how can we know the good students? What do they use the internet for? And the students with bad grades, right? Students with good grades, what they use the internet for, and students with bad grades, what do they also use the internet for, right? Then we can see that these categories of people, they have bad grades, and these are some of the things they use the internet for. So maybe we can advise them or probably copy some of the things that the student with good grades do. Maybe if they are willing to accept it and also improve on their academic performance. So starting with that, the first thing is once the student gets admitted into the university, they'll be given a digital ID, right? They all get a digital ID, right? Now, this digital ID would um, serve as a key, right? Because they would have to log into the campus network to use the Wi-Fi. They would need their digital ID, and then their academic performance, their results, everything would also be linked to the digital ID. So they can have their index numbers and everything, but the digital ID will play a crucial role in this whole thing, right? So we have the part where they can use Wi-Fi. They can use the Wi-Fi, and they can also have school staffs here. They are school staffs, right? So one digital ID would be used for it would be used to identify them on the network and also with their results and everything. So once a student logs into the Wi-Fi, anything they do would be monitored, right? And this monitoring won't be done by a human because we don't want we can have a human supervisor, but it will be automated. I mean, we have since AI is a crucial thing right now, we have the AI to monitor the activities of these students using their digital IDs on the network. So when we have a student who just connects to the internet, they are identified by the digital ID, and then we link that to their results or the transcript or the academic performance. So whatever the student does using the um, campus network, the AI, right? The AI system. Let me put that. Yeah. Put that. Okay, let me put that here, right? The AI system then gathers the data they use, right? It will create a profile about them, right? This user, he um, logs in around this time. These are the websites he visits. Um, he watches YouTube a lot. Obviously, it won't know exactly what you do on YouTube, but it can draw up draw up some data that he goes to YouTube, he visits this website, but exactly what you do on those websites, we don't really care about it. We just want to build a profile about you, right? So once the profile is built about you, then we get to know if you're a good student. So the profile about you is built. So um, something right, something like this, right? So let's just assume that this is your profile, right? And then right. So the system will build a profile about you. Okay, this is digital ID 802 dot whatever, right? So the digital ID the profile built about you would be linked to your school staffs, your academic performance. And then once it identifies that, oh, this person is a good student, it won't prompt the higher ups that, hey, this guy uses too much internet and he's not improving. He's not uh, becoming a good student. I mean, the whole idea of going to the university is to become a better person, right? To pass academically. Nobody wants to go to the university and come out dumber or something, right? So the whole AI system will just monitor your internet usage and then checks your academic performance, right? Yeah, once it finds out that this digital ID, this uh it checks your grade, he's not doing well academically, right? Then what it's going to do is it's going to flag you, right? And then prompt the supervisor of the whole system that you these are the number of students who are not doing well academically, right? And then whatever the supervisor would have to do would be up to him. Maybe he would uh, call out the students privately and then inform them that I mean, your grades are not all that good. So we suggest that these students with good grades, these are the stuff that they also do, right? So can you probably watch more educational content and take your um, classes serious, right? So that's the idea of this whole project. But one thing that's the positive side to monitor students and know how well they are doing, right? Now, a real challenge we face, I think it will be a problem was this is something like a surveillance, right? The students don't have any form of privacy once they connect to the campus network. Maybe um, someone wants to use the network for probably personal stuffs, a business meeting or something like that. Even though the system wouldn't really see the content of whatever you are doing, everything you do would just be recorded and then kept, right? Now, once this data is collected, who owns the data, right? That will be a whole lot of problem about data protection act, then a whole lot of things, right? That's one of the limitations of this project, having laws to sets it up, right? And then once this system is built, it would have to be monitored and audited by uh, an external body, right? The school itself cannot be monitoring the whole thing, right? Because they might do something with it, right? Which may in turn affect some uh, particular types of student, right? Let's say there are Muslims in the school, and then probably the person who is in charge of this system doesn't like Muslims, right? He's probably going to do something with it. So uh, we'll have to get an external body who monitor the whole thing, right? And then once this system too was built, you see, they would have to invest in it, buy devices, train the model. All of it costs money, right? All of it costs money. And then how investors would see this is that we are just throwing money into finance. We invest in this, we are not going to get anything back, right? Because investors want their returns, right? And what I also thought of it was, since we have a system like this, right? Why don't we create something like once we identify the bad students, right? Then we organize, let's say, classes for them, right? Maybe private classes or something. So that would also serve as a form of revenue generation, right? We identify the bad students, the students with bad grades. Then we tell them, your grades are very bad. You need to study, right? Then we suggest we bring up private classes or something, right? So in this case, we are hunting down, or we are just tracking down students with bad grades. Then we tell them, you can have classes here, right? You can have classes, private classes. If you want to join, you join because it's for your own good. And another thing that would also help with revenue generation was, um, I mean, it monitors their whole online activities and stuff like that. So if you probably have someone visiting maybe Alibaba, he's searching for, I don't know, an Arduino kit to buy or something. So they would monitor that and know that the students need an Arduino kit, right? So why don't we set up an electronic shop, right, where they can buy those things in on campus. They can buy those things on campus rather than um, order them, right? So with all these things, with all these stuffs, we can it can generate revenue from them. That's from monitoring their needs online and providing private classes for them. That would help uh, the system cut down some of its costs, because the system has to be online 24/7, electricity and stuff like that. So that's the revenue generation part. Now this whole thing, it was a good idea, but the problem with it was the privacy. Something like this sounded more like surveillance, right? You know how people are all about the government is spying on us, this, that. But one thing I want you to also understand, that privacy is an illusion, right? They'll tell you, your data is not kept safe, right? The whole concept of it's kept private is just an illusion. They want your data, they would come for it, right? So with this type of AI monitoring system in uh, an educational institution or academic setting, it's only a matter of time before um, someone higher than me thinks of something like this and then brings it up, and then they get it done, right? Maybe, yeah, your school could even be having something like this, but you don't know anything about it, right? For me, I thought of this from the perspective that the school doesn't have those kinds of infrastructures to build or host something like that. So I mean, we're safe, but a school with enough funding and everything, they can come up with something like this and harvest your data, right? You know, the university is a business, right? And then bringing something like this would also generate more money for them, right? So just understand that privacy is an illusion. It's only a matter of time before they implement something like this to monitor your time, to monitor your whole time on the internet, and then probably anything. So I thought of this idea, but uh, I was just limited by knowledge, how to set it up, distributed system, the databases, everything, how to link their online internet usage to their academic performance. You can see the AI system would need to have access to both of these systems. The school staffs, that's an entirely different system where it keeps track of their academic work and their academic performance, and then their internet usage would also be an entirely different system. So it will be up to the AI to use the digital ID, right? Remember when they uh, enroll in the university, are just given a digital ID. The digital ID will be linked to both uh, internet usage and then academic stuff. So it will be up to the AI to link these stuff. So this was what I thought of, but uh, I was just limited and probably it will be too demanding for me. I just put this video out there. Maybe if someone out there would want something like this. I mean, when your school probably builds something like, they are not going to tell you, we monitor the internet, we know what you are doing, blah 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 blah. The school is not going to tell you, right? They're just going to have your data, they harvest it, they do whatever they want with it. So this is all for the AI campus monitoring system that I thought of. Yeah. Other ideas would also be coming. Back when I was in school, I had lots of ideas, but I didn't really do anything about it. So I thought maybe I could just record a video of it, then maybe share with you guys. So we are done with the first video of the series. Thank you.